Patient and Cunning, or How to Seduce Demanded Girls. You will learn about the seduction tactics that work with in-demand girls. We are not talking about beautiful models that every male citizen desires. I'm talking about those whose level is several times higher than the level of ordinary girls. Actually, there is not one, but 3 ways to seduce such girls. You are a world celebrity. You take her with a swoop, and she doesn't even resist. You are a professional seducer and you also don't stand on ceremony with her, you just use the right feints with your ears at the right time. You are a sly fox who tries to create a completely opposite image than other guys. Because the first 2 methods do not suit you, if only because you are present on this site as a reader, the only option remains to use cunning tactics. It must be said that such girls have a built-in powerful internal filter that filters out all sorts of seed distributors. Believe me, she had such guys before you, and you are no better than them, in her opinion, so that once again she just gives you access to her body. Even when you get to know her, it is advisable to chat for at least 5 minutes, and not have time to sporty take a number in a couple of minutes. Otherwise, she simply won't even remember you. Or it will leave immediately, depriving even such a pleasant moment as the presence of a beauty's number on your phone. Well, and the phone number itself is better to take indirectly. You need to learn to choose words that would not put pressure on her psychologically. And they had nothing to do with the date. Yes, have you ever been to that ice cream show? After her answer, well, then you will like how our local Italian does it right in front of everyone, and you take out your phone, preparing to write down her number. Practice sometime at your leisure with the composition of such combinations of words, then it will come in handy with ordinary girls. If she is with a friend. When an ordinary girl appears in your field of vision with a friend, then this is a rather tangible obstacle for a good acquaintance. However, when it comes to a status girl, then you should be glad that there is a friend next to her. Smile. It is highly desirable to start communication with a friend. To joke with a friend. Pin up a friend. Invite a friend to eat too. And pay less attention to the one that you like the most, only occasionally keeping in touch with her. Only occasionally responding to any of her comments. Her friend will also not mind talking to you, because everyone is accustomed to rolling up to the queen. And then there was a guy who paid more attention to her. And the queen will literally be filled with sympathy for you just because you paid less attention to her. Don't run before the locomotive. A more cunning tactic is relevant in seducing a high-level girl. They should not be called straight to the movies or to drink coffee. She will drink it at home if she wants. But until you yourself become even a little interesting to her, you will not see her over a cup of coffee. In general, many might think that it is almost unrealistic to interest such a status girl, and that for this it is necessary to use the techniques of professional seducers. Seducing is easy. However, you can behave quite naturally. You just need to deliberately play for time. Everyone immediately pulls her to a meeting, and you have a nice conversation on the phone or Facebook. Everyone again pulls her to a meeting, and you write her one single SMS with an unusual compliment. On our website you can find an article about how to make the right compliments. She herself will not stand it, and one day she will write something to you. Here, most of those who at least somehow tried to endure will break loose and go on a date with her. However, you'd better show your patience again and flirt a little with her from a distance. In general, you need to be able to use contextual clues, according to the situation, to start communicating with her. Saw something interesting in her photos or profile, asked an unusual question about it. And unusual, and shows that you communicate with her only because she herself is unusual, and not because you want to drag her into bed. I have repeatedly had cases when I, using the strategy of delaying the most delicious, received hints of sex from girls. But even in this case, you need to be able to restrain yourself and, again, refuse her. This will further pique her interest. Your task is to show that you will only date her if she matches your preferences. To do this, use the technique of reward and delayed reward. The bottom line is that in her story about something, you find that quality or deed that show her from the best side and praise in the style of did not think that you. The essence of delayed encouragement is the same, only you do not praise it right away. And you do it not for small deeds, but in general for her kind soul or bright mind. In general, I thought that you were just a beautiful girl, nothing more. But still, it was not for nothing that my intuition told me that I needed to talk to you, you really. What's most interesting is when you show approval not immediately, but after a while, it works more strongly. She begins to understand that all this time you have been evaluating her, and it will be much more difficult for her to put on a cold mask again. Think of your own ways to show approval, or take it away if she misbehaves, and only find the ones that always work. Guys who rate girls automatically become very valuable to them. You endured for a long time, followed these advice, but she still refuses to meet. Try using neat jokes and endorsements again. And further refuses? Well, try the same thing with another, but don't give up on this strategy. Thanks to it, very soon you will start dating a very cool girl.